Now, he doesn't know the pain of what it feels like to be a Bears fan. He's a Patriots fan. He knows what it's like to win. Let me just tell you, I don't tweet this every week, but every time I watch a Bears game, going into the game, in any game starting from the Matt Nagy era from this point forward, I'm just going to have the expectation to know whenever the Bears play, I'm going to waste 3 hours of my life that I'm never going to get back. What? Let me just warn you guys. If you got kids, they should be tuning out of the video right now because this is not a kid-friendly video. I'm done. I'm sick and tired of this bullshit. You really expect me to believe that I saw that performance today? Let me just pull up the total yards of offense. 47. 47 total fucking yards of offense. I said, if Justin Fields comes in under Matt Nagy's little offensive pathetic scheme and the offense is putting up the same amount of points and moving the ball the same amount it moves the ball typically under any damn quarterback under this damn system, this scheme, it reflects on Matt Nagy. Justin Fields is the most talented guy Matt Nagy has coached, the most talented guy, QB Matt Nagy's had in his arsenal. And to say that maybe the second best is probably Trubisky? What are we doing here? That's it. I'm done. All I know is this. Matt Nagy? Yeah. He is a liar. Don't expect me to believe whatever he says anymore. And also, tomorrow, I can't wait to listen to every media outlet, whether it's national media, whether it's Dan Orlovsky roasting his ass, rightfully so. I don't care if it's the Chicago ESPN 1000 Chicago cast roasting him. We as Bear fans, we as media, we all saw it. Matt Nagy's offense, we already knew Matt Nagy's offense doesn't work, but we officially got confirmation here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're still believers in Matt Nagy, I don't know how you are from this point on, but officially now, Matt Nagy's offense does not work. It absolutely sucks. I don't know what the hell is wrong with him. He just gets a play call like this, and he. Sorry for that. You see, I'm just heated. He gets a play call just like this, looking down the sheet. Oh, look, there's the BU sticker. Oh, 92 Vision 60 something, and it ends up being some stupid play action toss to David Montgomery. And he gets stuffed in the backfield. I don't care if Allen Robinson missed his block. I don't care if Cole Kmet missed his block. What the hell was that play call? I'm done with this idiotic head coach that so-called is called an offensive guru. He is not no offensive guru. If he did the right stuff today, he'd be handing over the play calling sheet to Bill Lazor, the offensive coordinator, and he would resign from his job. And guess what? He better get used to seeing Matt Nagy McDonald's memes very much on Twitter. I advise Matt Nagy stay out of the streets of Chicago, out of the streets of Illinois. Tell his pretty wife to go to the store, get the groceries himself. Tell the wife to go take the kids to school. Because I swear, I'm telling you, I feel like this man walks on the streets of Chicago. Someone's going to see him, and they're going to physically assault him.
Sorry.
Matt Nagy's all no, it's good. We're here to have fun. We're here to laugh. In my case, we're here to rant. I'm done with Matt Nagy. His offense sucks. He needs to be fired. Today was a fireable offense. How you do not get Justin Fields out of the pocket, move the pocket, play action pass, something! Chipping Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney. Double teaming them. Something. Justin Fields came out here in this game and he was let out there to fucking die. That's plain and simple. Now, yes, Justin Fields. Did he miss a guy? Did he overthrow a Darnell Mooney? Did he miss Darnell Mooney wide open in the game before the pass interference happened? Yes, there were some things that Justin Fields needs to clean up and needs to play better at. But you can't tell me how can I physically and emotionally grade Justin Fields' performance today when he was literally had no time to throw. The moment he got the ball, there was a Browns defender in his face. And there's nothing he can do. He tries to escape it. There's another guy, either Clowney or Garrett, containing him inside the pocket. And when he's trying to step up, there's a guy in his face. The offensive line should be disappointed in themselves. Pathetic performance. Pathetic. If they're going to block like that, good Lord. The Detroit Lions come to town in Chicago next week? Well, if the offensive line is going to block like that, well, then guess what? The Lions are going to get probably career high in sacks. Freaking Myles Garrett had 4.5 sacks today. That is a career high for him. The Browns had a total of not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sacks. They almost got 10. I look at the Bears' schedule. They got the Lions up next. And the offensive line plays like that, we're done. We're not beating the Lions. Then they got the Green Bay Packers next. Oh, hell. Aaron Rodgers is going to be throwing darts all over us because that secondary can't cover for shit. And I'm going to be talking to you, Eddie Jackson, real soon, Mr. Anybody can tackle Eddie Jackson. Yeah, don't think I missed that whiff tackle on Kareem Hunt. That ended up being a touchdown. Then you play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers after that. Lord have mercy. Now that game, if their offensive line is going to be playing like that, oh, please. Let me just tell you this. I've been advocating for Justin Fields to start, but I'm going to say this. If the offensive line is going to play like that bad, allowing damn near almost 10 sacks a game, you might as well just tell Justin Fields, ride the bench. We're going to protect our investment. And you just move Andy Dalton or Nick Foles and you go get them killed. How your supposed offensive coordinator and Matt Nagy does not find any way, does not tap Jimmy Graham. Well, Jimmy Graham can't block. He doesn't want to block. He just wants to catch balls. And second of that, Jimmy Graham did nothing in this game. So why are we paying him $10 million? I see that it's a waste of money. Huh? Who would have thought? And that's on Ryan Pace. Ryan Pace, the GM. How could you not improve this offensive line? Your freaking supposed starter left tackle is out because of back injury in Tevin Jenkins. Your play caller hurt your freaking other right tackle, Larry Borum, because he did some stupid shovel pass in the Rams game. And the offensive line got exposed, respectfully so. And I think this is going to be the growing trend with Chicago Bears football for the next, how many weeks we got in the season left?
This was week 3. We have 18, so 15 weeks left. Oh, yeah, 15 left.
15 left.
14 games apiece, though.
So essentially 15 weeks left. Well, great.
Regular season, yep.
Great. Because I'm going to tell you this. More pathetic offense like this, Matt Nagy, the closer, he gets to being fired. Now, if I was me in charge, Matt Nagy would have been – I would have told Matt Nagy. I would have went down to the locker room. I would have told Matt Nagy, don't bother facing the media. Get your nearest plane ticket home. Go home. You're fired. This is a fireable offense by Matt Nagy. And I think everybody in Chicago is sick of his shit. And everybody in the national media will look at Matt Nagy and be like, even the ones that said they didn't want Justin Fields to start, you can literally say, why didn't you put Justin Fields in a better position? There was no rollouts. There was only 1 or 2 rollouts from what I can count from that game. No rollouts, no play actions. The same bullshit freaking stand back in shotgun position, acting like it's going to work, and it doesn't. I've been clamoring. This team is a power running team. No, Matt Nagy doesn't like to do that. He likes to have the prototypical old school quarterback from the 1990s where they sit back in the pocket and throw the damn football. Well, Matt Nagy, it isn't the 1990s. It isn't the 60s. It isn't the 70s. It isn't the 80s. You can't have guys like Troy Aikman back in the pocket anymore. And guess what? If you want to have quarterbacks like Tom Brady who can't move for shit and is only throwing from the pocket, you have to build an offensive line. That stuff does not work. If you want to be a pocket passing quarterback, build a line. But his offensive scheme doesn't work. His offensive scheme is broken. I'm done. All of Chicago hates his guts now. He's probably in his press conference saying, well, we need to go back and look at the film and understand why today happened and understand why Justin Fields didn't get any help and, you know, why I couldn't do a better job and put him in the best position to win. All I'm going to say is this. I'm done with Matt Nagy. I'm sick. The last few things before I turn over to my co-host is this game gave me vibes of the Mark Trestman game against the Packers when the Packers utterly blew us out. And at that point in time, management knew we had to get Mark Trestman out of town faster than ever before. This game against the Browns gave me that feeling again where it's like, this guy needs to be fired for good. Along with the GM, Ted Phillips, the president, should go too. And let me just say this, there needs to be a whole upheaval. By the time Justin Fields went back to the bench and they panned over him, he looked like a guy that was frustrated, looked like a guy that was just physically done with this game, and looked like he wanted to get on the freaking fastest plane trip back to Chicago. Quote unquote, if you watch the game, there was a comment made by Nick Foles. If you look closer, you'll probably find the little clips on Twitter. Nick Foles, quote unquote, said, this offense doesn't work. He literally said that. And last year when he played, after the Rams game or before the Rams game, he said it's pretty hard to run plays when there's no time given. Damning quote right there. Damning quote right there. And I guarantee you, if Matt Nagy hears of, well, Nick Foles saying that comment, the offense doesn't work, well. I can only imagine what Matt Nagy's going to do. He's probably going to chew his ass out. Fine. Dude, chew your players out when they're in the right and you're in the wrong and your offensive scheme just doesn't work. I'm still waiting for him to take accountability for his actions. I'm just going to tell you this. If you think 6 points are going to win you any games kicking 2 field goals, it's not going to do you anything. It's not going to get you far. And all I got to say is when Matt Nagy's done and he, as Bears head coach and he's fired officially, this man should never have a high school. No, this man should never have a football coaching job ever again. Ever again. I don't care if it's a high school level, college level, NFL level, CFL level, freaking arena level, XFL level, whenever that decides to come back, and hell, even Pop Warner level. This guy is terrible. He should never have another coaching job again in the history of sports. He should be what the memes are saying, a McDonald's employee. Because I think he'll be good flipping burgers. As a coach, he sucks. That's my rant. I'm done.
Do you want me to just talk about the game when I thought about it, basically, for you?
You can go ahead.
So, off the record, and I told you this, I said, quote unquote, let Andy Dalton take the beating.
It doesn't matter. If a year passed and Justin Fields goes in, we probably say the same exact bullshit. And this, before you continue, this is what I said. This is why Matt Nagy did not want to start Justin Fields, because he knows if Justin Fields puts up the same amount of numbers in the offense, guess what? His time is up and excuses are running low. You can't blame Trubisky anymore. What are you going to do in the press conference? Blame Justin Fields? Blame the offensive line? I don't know. Maybe you can blame yourself for once in a lifetime.
So and I've said also, Justin Fields is a better quarterback than Andy Dalton. I've said that many times this year. But let Andy Dalton take the beating like this year. Get a new coach in next year. All new management. Get Andy Dalton out of there. And then you have Justin Fields with a fresh new start. Justin Fields, statistically wise, terribly today. But like you said, I agree. Matt Nagy didn't do anything to go with Justin Fields' strengths. Like I don't understand why you don't have him. I didn't see like any like read option RPO.
They ran the read option. It's just the Browns already knew that it was coming because it's like, okay, whatever. Just keep Justin Fields contained in the pocket, even if he's trying to run.
Well, the thing is, they did the read option. I feel like out of like the same set, you got to bring in extra tight ends and stuff like that to help block with the read option, and it could work. And I agree with you. There's no boots and rollouts and sprint outs and nothing that really you'd want Justin Fields to do. Like, why would you take away the strength of his legs?
Because it's the same thing like Trubisky. Trubisky's best attribute when playing in the Bears offense, when you saw him in 2018, was using his legs. The following year, Matt Nagy, quote unquote, said, I want to get into 202 offense. And 202 offense is nothing. It's just sitting back in the pocket, forcing his quarterback to play to his scheme. I've said this last week. I've said this for the last couple of years. Matt Nagy does not play to his players' strengths. He tells his players, run my scheme. Otherwise, you're not going to cut it. And what happens when Matt Nagy forces his schemes on his players? It doesn't work. I'm literally convinced. He just looks at a play on his play sheet and he's like, this would be a great idea. Let's run this. And then it epically fails.
Well, it was also going to the game. So offensively, obviously, I don't think the team played well or the coach did anything to help them. Defense, it was good to see Roquan Smith. He got 9 tackles. That was good. I don't know. Did Khalil Mack leave early after?
He left early, then he returned. The defense played good up. The defense played good up until the part when the Bears got the field goal to make it 6-13, and then the defense fell apart when we needed them most. They'll keep us in the game, but then again, I'm kind of controversial on the defense. I respect them for keeping us in the game for a majority of it. But at the same time, okay, we get a score. We need to stop. It's a 1-point game. We score a touchdown. We tie the game 13-13. On the most important drive, we need to stop. You let up a touchdown. I'm sorry. That defense goes to the blame too. I would give the defense a grade of maybe a C+, a B-. They kept you in the game to try to have the offense do something, but when the offense somewhat did something, and it came time for the defense to grit their teeth down and get the key stop to help the offense somehow get the ball back and maybe tie the game, you let up a touchdown.
It didn't show up yet. Well, a positive for Justin Fields is he didn't turn the ball over. That's one good thing. You see rookies do that a lot, and that's one big thing I did notice about him. He didn't turn the ball over.
There's a few times, though, he almost did.
Force the ball because he didn't have any time to even have a chance to really throw the ball, never mind force it. He didn't force the ball, which is good.
Well, there was one play he did almost get picked off.
Well,
he almost got picked off. Well, if it wasn't for the pass interference call, but
then it's still not a pick. So.
Yeah.
But that's really all I had to say. I thought that the coach did nothing to help him, and I thought the team didn't play well either to help themselves.
Yeah, and going back to the defense, again, let me just say this. I'm guessing somebody must have lit a fire under Robert Quinn's ass because now he's playing like how I expect him to play. Start of the game, he was wrecking havoc. Now, don't ask me why the Browns were going for it 2 times on 4th down to start the game. You would have been up 6-3. You would have been up 6-3. This game probably would have looked. They would have probably, if they had kicked those 2 field goals to start the game, they might have had 30 points in this game. But the Bears defense plays them good. They only hold them to 3 points for, well, about a whole half. And then, they obviously give up 6 points. And as a Bears fan, the moment the Browns kicked the second field goal to go up 6-3, you just feel like, well, the way this offense has been playing all game, we're losing and we're going to lose. And lo and behold, my point was proven right. We lost this game. But again, Again, going to that key drive where the defense needs to stop. They're just letting 3rd and longs go by. Again, the only impressive player I saw was probably, again, Robert Quinn and Jalen Johnson. Really kind of it. Roquan Smith was fine for what it was. Wasn't much of it, didn't much of it have much of an impact like he did last week. Cleo Mack, I thought, played fine as well. He had a nice sack and stuff like that, but he left because of injury, but then he came back. But again, the secondary got torched again, other than Jalen Johnson, who I thought for what he was doing, he held up pretty fairly well against Odell Beckham Jr. I thought he did a solid enough job. If you ever listen, you can't fully shut down these talented wide receivers, especially when the NFL is so geared towards offense. But it's like he did a solid job. Everybody else sucked. Eddie Jackson. How many times do I have to keep saying about Eddie Jackson that a lot of Bear fans just keep rephrasing this statement? No. Anybody can tackle, right? Anybody can tackle. We need to focus on getting turnovers from that quote unquote YouTube video he said on the Bears YouTube page. Yeah, anyone can tackle Eddie Jackson. So on that play, on the touchdown play to Kareem Hunt, you have Deion Bush, who's backing up for Tashawn Gibson Jr., grabs the leg of Kareem Hunt. For some reason, let's go. And whiffs on his tackle. Got a bunch of other Bears whiffing on tackles. Eddie Jackson essentially needs to make a tackle that stops Kareem Hunt from scoring a touchdown. And I kid you not, you can watch that play over and over and over again. I'm a football coach. I teach my players when it comes to tackling, do not lower that shoulder and that head, because 9 out of 10 times you're going to whiff on a tackle and miss.
Or break your neck.
Something like, yeah, that too. And what does this fool, Eddie Jackson, do? He does all of that, and he completely whiffs. He's not even looking up to tackle Kareem. Kareem Hunt just makes a little juke out of the way, and all you see is number 4, Eddie Jackson, just take a tumbling dive, straight missing Kareem Hunt. Anybody can tackle Eddie Jackson. Well, I'm just going to tell you this, Eddie Jackson. If you like social media, you might want to stay off it, because a bunch of Bear fans are calling you out yet again because you failed to make tackles. Again, too. On the, I don't know what the hell happened at the end of the half, but Austin Hooper's touchdown. Shouldn't Eddie Jackson have been there to stop Austin Hooper from catching it? I don't know what the hell that was either. So clearly he's not a ball hawk like he used to be. And it goes to show you with this team is undisciplined. They don't learn. They don't understand the fundamentals of football. They just go out there and they play, and it starts at the head coach. He just goes out there to call bullshit plays to waste everybody's time. And how this guy is not fired, I don't know. The McCaskies should look at him and be like, you're done. You're fired. And your little clown prince of crime, the guy that loves to hide out in his little basement or his little closet, Ryan Pace, the supposed GM who doesn't want to face the fire, is somewhere needs to be fired too. I'll go find him too. Hey, trust me, if I didn't have school, I go to Chicago. I'd find Matt Nagy's location and I'd find Ryan Pace's location and tell him, get out of Chicago. All I know is this. If you're not a Bears fan, all of Illinois must hate Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy. Let me just say this. If that performance was given in Soldier Field today, they're getting booed off the field. Like, bad. And who knows? Maybe we get a fire Nagy chant going up in there in Soldier Field. Definitely, I'll tell you this. That's going to happen next week if they can't show up against the Lions. That's definitely going to happen next week. Now, we don't know if Rick and Dalton's playing next week. We don't know if Fields playing next week. Now, I'm guessing Dalton's going to be playing next week because they said he's week to week, and it only makes sense for that standpoint, I guess. Whatever. And again, I don't care. You can call me crazy. I don't care. I'm convinced Matt Nagy made Justin Fields look bad because guess what? He doesn't put him in the best position to win because he wants Andy Dalton to friggin' because we know Matt Nagy's a smartass. And like I tell my football players, I hate smart asses, and Matt Nagy's most definitely a smart ass. In terms of the defense, Sean Desai is still not impressing me. Remember, this is the same defense that almost blew a lead to the damn Cincinnati Bengals, who crushed the fucking Steelers today. The so-called Vic Fangio disciples ain't like Vic Fangio because he's not getting the most out of this defense. And again, this is the second time we've played a really good playoff team because we expect the Browns to make the playoffs. What happens? They get blown out, just like the Rams. Guess what? Week 2 against the Bengals. It looks like a blowout, but the Bengals make it interesting enough to be a game. Okay. Then you get to the Browns game. Another blowout to another good team. You see the ongoing thing going on here? You barely escape beating the really bad teams, are the teams that aren't good. But when it comes to playing the really good teams, we get blown out. The offense doesn't work and the defense gets exposed. That's an interesting trend there. I wonder what that means. Anyways, listen, as for Justin Fields' performance, like I said, there's nothing I can really grade him on. There's nothing else I want to talk about, really. I think I just talked about everything I could get off my chest. That's it. I'm just done. As a Bears fan, I'm mentally and physically done with this team. And I just want the season to end. So then the first page headlines after week 17, 18 is Matt Nagy has officially been fired from the Chicago Bears. That's the only thing this season I'm looking forward to.
Chicago Tribune.
Yeah.
Tribune, whatever it's called.
Chicago Tribune or ESPN. And if the McCaskies and Ryan Pace, see, this headline should be this: Bears fire GM Ryan Pace and head coach Matt Nagy. That should be the last thing. And if the McCaskies don't want to do that, well, then they failed us as Bears fans, and I will not trust them. Because right now, let me just say this. I officially do not trust Matt Nagy's hands in developing Justin Fields. I do not trust him to develop Justin Fields to be the quarterback we are led to believe. Fire Matt Nagy, fire Ryan Pace, get a new GM, get a new head coach, whether that's Joe Brady or Bryce Dabble, the offensive coordinator from the Bills. Honestly, I'd go offensive mind or go Eric Bieniemy again because Eric Bieniemy can't coach. It isn't like Matt Nagy, who was taking play call duties by the time they finally get to a playoff game. And hell, in that playoff game, the Chiefs lost when he play called that game.
Get Eric Bieniemy, he's a good coach.
So guess what? Hire Bryce Dable, who's a pretty damn good offensive coordinator for the Bills. Josh Allen's a pretty damn good quarterback. Joe Brady, Sam Darnold looks pretty damn good. He's the offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers. If you want to go to the Kansas City tree again, go Eric Bieniemy. Fine, do that. Because I guarantee you he can coach. Jesus. That's the and again, if the owners want to keep Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace, let me just tell you, the same feelings I'm going to feel now, I'm going to be feeling next year. And I'm just going to say this. You guys have failed the Bears fans again, and you guys just want to be mediocre at best. Well, great job at being mediocre because you guys were sure as hell I want to say mediocre today. You guys were embarrassing. Pun entirely intended. Listen, that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to be listening to a bunch of Bears people and stuff like that for the next hour while I'm doing my homework. And can't wait to see what the national media says about Matt Nagy. I know Dan Orlovsky, he literally made a tweet in the game, but it was like mid-second quarter. He is like, yeah, Matt Nagy, the jig is up. You're done. You're done. You might as well. We've seen it. You couldn't even make Justin Fields do anything. Like anything. You couldn't even at least make Justin Fields pass over 100 yards. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah. Matt Nagy's being exposed for the clown head coach he is. And sure enough, he's going to be making me some lovely quarter pounder with cheese from McDonald's, serving up a nice fry with a Sprite real soon.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound good. Matt Nagy can do that, but I don't know if Matt Nagy can even make a burger correctly. He probably can't because he's probably looking at his little menu. Should I get the Big Mac, or should I get the quarter pounder with bacon or cheese? Hell, should I get the filet fish or something like that? Should I get the chicken sandwich that recently came? Or should I get chicken nuggets? He wouldn't know how to freaking put on. He probably wouldn't know how to freaking order on the menu. Again, Matt Nagy fails to impress Bears fans that he's a so-called offensive genius, which he's not. I think after this game, I think we can all agree Matt Nagy is not an offensive genius. He's a clown, just pretending to be an offensive genius. And honestly, I'm just gonna say this. How do you not as a players, how do you not lose trust in this guy? How do you not lose trust in him? Like, seriously asking. How do you not lose trust? It seems like apparently from the comments Nick Foles made in the game, he doesn't trust Matt Nagy anymore. So I'm guessing Allen Robinson should not trust him anymore. That entire team should not trust him. They should just turn on their damn head coach and get it over with. Yeah, I know that sounds like a stupid asinine statement, and players should never do that. But at some point, as players, as people, you need to understand this is not working. This is not working. And maybe some unity needs to go on in that locker room for things to change. We'll have to see where this train wreck goes. Next week, they play the Detroit Lions at home. And let me just say this. Today's implications, the way they played, leaves me no factor to believe that they can beat the Detroit fucking Lions. How? See, and that's the one team as Bear fans we know we can always beat. And if you got me saying as a Bear fan, we can't beat the Detroit fucking Lions, well, then guess what? They're yearning for a long, and I mean a long season. And let me just say, if they beat the Detroit Lions, guess what? Good. They're 2-2. Wonderful. They'll just presumably lose the next 5 to 6 games in a row, just like they did last season, and do something else. And the next one they'll probably get is maybe against the friggin' Lions on Thanksgiving Day. Well. And that would line up pretty nicely with my prediction of the Bears only having 3 wins. So the road to 3 and what we're doing, 3-14 or something like that. Yeah, 3-14 is becoming very accurate. They only got 1 win. They can get 2 against the Lions. So it's lined up pretty nicely. 3-14. Here I come with the fire of Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Anything you want to say in closing thoughts about this Bears game or no?
No, it was very enjoyable. I love when the Bears. No, I don't like when the Bears lose, but I like when the Bears lose to hear the rants.
Oh, well, at least the Ravens beat the Lions, so that means the Lions are officially 0-3.
Yeah, on a 66-yard field goal that bounced off of the crossbar and went the opposite way of Cody Parkey's.
Well, now the Bears are going to probably be playing a very, and I mean very angry Lions team. Now that's a problem.
Yeah, the Lions blew the game. They had chances to win. They blew it.
I'm just going to say this. Offense don't move the ball against the Browns. If they move the exact same way against the Lions, they're not beating the Lions. I don't give a fuck. They're done. They're done. If they listen, I'm just going to say this. If you can't move the ball against the Detroit Lions, you really need to go. Matt Nagy should be fired if he can't move the ball at all against the Detroit Lions. I'm just going to say that. That's it. Whatever. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you again to my co-host, Matt Swarmstead, for joining in.
Thank you for having me.
And stuff like that. We will be back. I don't know if you'll be back next week. It's based on when your Patriots game is, right?
Well, yeah, we have a Sunday night game against the Bucks next week.
Oh, you might be. Yeah, you might be.
I'll be able to do it, yeah.
So next week we'll be back recapping Bears versus Lions. Now, I know I didn't do much recap, but it was kind of just a rant, to be honest. Like, literally, there's nothing else to talk about. It's just this team got blown out. That's it. Plain and simple. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here so I can start I'm going to probably go eat some food and then go start my homework. And then I'm done for the day. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. So if you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts, Bears fans. Should Matt Nagy be fired? Who am I kidding? He should be fired. What the hell am I talking about? I'm just wasting everybody's fucking time. Hit that subscribe when you want to get more Chicago Bears content regarding this train wreck of a team. Whatever. If you're gonna ask me if Justin Fields starts next week, at this point, I don't fucking care anymore. I don't care. I've already seen one game in. I have no belief that Matt Nagy will be able to develop him. So you might as well just put fucking Andy Dalton back there and let him die. Or Nick Foles and let him die. I don't want my freaking investment to die. I still haven't got his damn jersey. I'm going to get a Justin Fields jersey eventually, but I don't want my freaking star what seems to be franchise quarterback to get hurt because the ineptitude of my damn head coach. I'm getting out for it, guys. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day and night. Remember to check out this video. Until then, guys, we'll catch you guys on the next video or next Sunday for Bears versus Detroit Lions game recap, where the Bears epically find a way to lose that game too. Peace.